that's just like, I don't.
It just seemed odd to me. And
it
again,
is
this
odd,
not even,
and it's just like, you know what? Like I said, it's just maybe some dude that's like, hold on, excuse me. Oh shit, got something in my throat.
Oh, get it out of there.
It's somebody who may not have poise and may not have, character. They just don't.
He did it. Like, the whole ride was a fucking mess. And he went on to tell me, like, of course, because that has to segue into something. Then he started telling me the story about how he slept with this girl one time and she didn't have no walls and blah, blah, blah. It was like it just went fast. And mind you, this is all in the first 5 minutes of the car ride. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Like,
and what brings me really funny to the people like that is like people like that. Like, and I said poise and I said character. I use those words because I mean that holds dearly to how I judge people, and I mean not to be in a judge person, but it's like how you hold your water. Because if you're so willing to show me something that's like that, like I don't know if I could tell you something. Like you don't even know this dude from a can of paint. So like when I have coworkers like that and they're so willing to tell me some X, Y, Z, I'm like, I bet I know what not to tell your ass. I know how to deal with certain. You learn how to deal with people based off that. So if this is my initial introduction to you, this is how I'm gonna treat you further on. And I just said like. My thing is that with that is that that's not something I would do. That's not.
Yeah, I was confused, and again, I want to clarify this very much. So it wasn't even like the fact that he showed.
You always here's a
it wasn't that he showed me a woman. Like if he showed me like a man taking a dildo, something like I would have been like, oh yes, I want to see
So what
more.
was it exactly?
Like, no, I'm saying it was a woman, but I'm saying that's not my begrudging, whatever the word is. Mm-hmm. Me being off-putting to it is not because it was a woman. It was just because it was fucking porn at 10 o'clock in the morning in the Uber on my way to work. Like, that is where my problem with it is. But I was like, I just don't get it. I was like, I don't understand. But God bless it. If that's... Because like I said, even if it was at the end of the ride, I would have understood it more. Like, oh, he feels like we have this close rapport. Because again, there was, when we went to D.C. and we was in the Uber or the Lyft, whatever it was, with that girl that was, remember the girl, she drove us downtown. Like, she was mad cool. Like, in a situation like that.
But she wasn't open about it. It was like after a few conversations, a few words, like
by the end of the ride, we were like, quote unquote, super cool. Like, I don't know if y'all exchanged numbers, but it was the point where she was
nigga, this is one of the people you gave her number and she said she was going to give us weed or some shit. This is a part of that whole antic that you was on.
No, that's not true, actually. Now you're making that up.
I didn't get her number. I know a few other people.
I definitely didn't get her number.
What the fuck? You gave my number and my social media to like 4. Oh, that's what it was. You gave her.
That was somebody else. Okay, first of all, you're bringing up old shit. We're talking about something else.
Why you?
But with the fucking class.
Why you getting so defensive, son?
Because you playing this bullshit and you're making people that don't know act like they know. And listen,
okay.
You could have also lied. It's not my fault that you're not quick on your feet. Know?
I have nothing to lie about. Nothing.
I didn't lie either. I say he'll take your social media.
Speaking of lying, can we get off the subject and let's move on? We good?
Okay.
No, nothing lying. Because I just want to not lose my mental note with something that we didn't talk about before.
I'm going to get you a pack of Post-its and a pen.
I got a notebook here and let me tell you, even that is not enough. What I want to bring up. Did you see this Drake, this Pusha T shit? That's just before we just get to the shit.
Oh, when he got ran up on, I did. But
what did you think of this?
I didn't think anything of it. So here's the thing, right? And I hate when people like talk like this sometimes. Like, I'm too old for this shit. But high key, I'm too old for this shit. Like, I saw that video. It came across my timeline. I think I saw it on Twitter. And I saw the guy. I don't know if he was the one that recorded at the concert, but he posted it like, y'all send this to Shade Room, send it to TMZ, send it, and like listed all these people. And I watched the video, and I was like, oh, this looks unfortunate. And then I kind of continued with the rest of my day, Like there was I didn't dissect it or really process it. I kind of saw it. I was like, oh, this is unfortunate. And then kind of moved on.
No, I moved on too. I think that, I don't think that Push is like any type of liar or whatever, but the only reason I said liar is because there was a concert before that, which was, I think it was a Wolfgang or Fog Wog, however you say that, concert, which is held by, what is his name from fucking LA? I forgot his name. I'm drawing a blank right now.
I don't know.
Tyler, the Creator. He had a concert. And I want to say that what happened, somebody in that concert, the tech guy, put up fuck Drake on the back screen while Pusha was performing.
Oh, yes. I did see that too.
So
was that the same concert?
No, it was a different concert. But then after when And the reason why I say not lying, I just think Pusha has based on the way everything's played out, it's all played out in his favor in some sort. I don't think that he has any reason to like keep beating a dead horse or keep stabbing a dead man. In this particular, not to say that Drake's a dead man, but just on this subject of the beef or whatever.
It's like it's over.
It's over. Like, yeah, we heard both sides, or we heard one side. We know it seems factual, how it seemed, then that's it.
Like, it's 2018. Rap beefs can only last for like 14 days, 21 the most. After 3 weeks, nobody cares about that shit anymore. Like, this is not, 02, 03. This is not, Ether and Takeover. Like, the times are different. Like, after 14 days, nobody really gives a fuck anymore. Like, maybe like super core stands of that particular artist do, but Gen Pop be like, all right, so it's the first again. We got to pay rent. So
no, but I just think that even doing that is way too much. Like, why? Like, I think as fans, this is what I'm saying, because not the Drake show, but the Pusha T show, for fans to get on stage, or not get on stage, but afterward, I think they were pulled on stage, but to be in a crowd and throwing drinks or whatever at a person performing, I think you're a little bit too invested in someone else's nonsense, personally. That's just my opinion on that.
Oh, definitely.
Like, I can't see me doing that. Like, I'm not investing in anyone's beef that hard, or like,
not even my own half the time. I'd be like, man, fuck them.
I'm just never that invested. I remember being in school and like Jay and Nas battle. Like, we'd be laughing in the hallways and shit like that because time had lapsed so much. It was just that, like, who's your guy? Who you going for? Even when the Beanie Siegel and Jada Kiss, like, that battle was like the shit to talk about at school. But we wasn't fucking about to go to no show and like stop.
Yeah.
Like, we was like, you still listen. You still have like you still fuck with each other. Like,
we're going to Marcy to fight all the no, we're not doing that. Nobody from Queens, we're just coming to Marcy to do anything.
Because it's not even that, not even to go at anybody else, but this is still overall art. Like, I'm not going to disrespect another man over some shit. Like, do you know what? It feels crazy that, like, I'm from Queens, and for that Ja Rule and 50 Cent beef, and to go back and to hear Ja records, like,
that was right in your backyard.
But these records are still jamming. Like, but I'm never gonna go to a Ja Rule show and like pay my hard-earned money or do no Doja shit. Even if Drake did pay people, I'm not gonna be on nobody's mission to be doing no dumb shit. Like, this is dumb shit.
Mm-hmm.
This is music.
All stupid. And you know what? That's why I really like where I'm at in my life. I'm just like, ooh, we're listening to Jasmine Sullivan and Mary J. Blige and Carl Thomas. And, we're happy. Jodeci comes in every now and again and do what he's doing in my earbuds. And that is really what consumes my life. So, and I'm fine with that. I have long gone are the days, as I'm sure you know, of me chasing new albums and releases and trying to keep up with, like, beefs and storylines. I'm like, whatever comes across my ear pods that I like, I enjoy. If not, I move on. So, yeah.
That's it. That's all I gotta say.
That's it. All right. So I feel like I've been complaining all show, but you know what? I think that's just what is my energy just giving today, and I feel like you all just have to deal. But this is actually very serious to all of us, and you'll see why in a minute. So there was a story that came out on, I believe, Saturday. Maybe Saturday or Sunday. But there's a story going on about, is it Dwight Howard? Is that his name?
Mm-hmm.
Basketball player? Yes, Dwight Howard. So Dwight Howard, if you exist in the Twitter sphere or the Instagram, you know what this is about. If not, let me catch you up to speed. So there is a trans woman that recently spoke out on, I don't know, I think it was just on Twitter, but she tweeted like a series of tweets about her and her relationship or situationship, quote unquote, with Dwight Howard. They had been, like talking and I guess sleeping together for a period of time. Somehow, some way, the story got back to, all right, Jay, I need your help. What team does he play for?
Dwight Howard?
Yeah.
He plays for the Washington Wizards right now.
The Washington Wizards, yes, the Wizards, that's what I said. So he plays for the Wizards, and apparently the word got back to his teammates that he was sleeping with this trans woman. So then, like, they started making jokes about her being like the man in the wig, and then there were like death threats coming and all of this stuff that just kind of spiraled real fast, according to this woman. So, of course, Twitter got a hold of it because she tweeted on Twitter, and it was going around. And before I even knew, so I saw the reactions first, and then I had to backtrack and be like, "What are y'all talking about?" Like, Dwight Howard is because there was one thing she tweeted, like he's is he 6'11", some shit like that, but like a 6'11" bottom or something like that. So I was confused. I was like, all right, let me go back and double track this. So I went back, read all of the tweets, saw everything that was said, and I just want to say, I get it. I get well, you know what? I don't get it, but I understand, if that makes more sense. The jokes, everybody wants to get their, their retweets, and everybody wants to get their likes, and everybody's using the best gifts. But like these jokes about men that sleep, no, you won't. No, you won't.
Because I hear you I didn't mean to laugh with the soft build up because I know where you're getting at.
Because you know where I'm going with this.
Right.
The jokes that are, and again, any nigga that knows me know I love a good joke, whether it's gay, black, white, purple. If the joke is funny, the joke is simply funny. However, we're at a point in time right now in world history where gay people are no longer the quote-unquote taboo. And I hate to even use that term, but it's like gay has become normalized enough for people where it's like, oh, I see Ellen on TV. That bitch cool. I see, the boy on Empire kissing other boys. That's whatever. Now that's fine. But I feel like we're at this point where trans women, and trans men too, but mainly trans women of color, are being murdered by, like, the mile, ideally. And it's because of this speech. So, like, I just want people to be mindful when, and again, Dwight Howard sleeping with whoever he wants to sleep with is totally his business. If he sleeps with trans women, God bless him. If he sleeps with trans men, God bless him. If he sleeps with men, cis women, whoever it is, bless his heart. That's not even what this is about. But it's just, I need people to understand that when people make these jokes, it fuels this idea of Dwight Howard feeling like, if the story is true, because I don't know if it is, but it reignites this idea of like, I have to hide this from the world. We see these stories. It's funny enough, the article like randomly popped up the other day about Mr. C and that thing with him and a trans woman a couple of years ago. So it was like, I just want people to understand that when you make these jokes, they're not just jokes.
Right.
And trans women are at a point in time right now in life and history where it's like shit is very, very, very severe. So like when trans women are getting murdered because they have, dated a cis man and the man doesn't want anybody to find out. And he's like, I would rather kill you than have people that I know found out
Judging
that I slept with a woman that was formerly a man it's a lot. It's a lot. So again, the jokes, if you're going to make a joke, and again, I'm not even going to lie, there were some jokes that I saw on Twitter where I was like, this is funny, but there is ways to compartmentalize it. So, like, you can be funny without being problematic, but I feel like too many of y'all being general pop on Twitter, so don't take it personally, but too many people are having too much fun and having light with this, and this is not some shit that's a laughing matter. So I just want to say, be responsible in your humor, your retweets, your tweets, your comments, your likes. And that's all I have to say on that.
I laughed, but I honestly, I didn't see the jokes, but I can only imagine. But I just knew the slow build up as to where you was getting at. And I personally, I've said this here, I really don't care what niggas' preferences. I just see, like, and when I read the article, I thought that partially some of it felt like bullying, because I felt like, I don't know if it was it their interest or was there something there? Was this, and being that his, not to pick one side, I just was questioning, was his celebrity stature part of the equation as to, trying to lure him in and try to, eventually, expose him for some type of notoriety or whatever. But at the end of the day, I really don't care what niggas do in their bedroom. Like, I don't care what kind of sex you have, how you have sex, what you have sex with, because that's none of my business. Whatever makes you happy makes me happy. So if you're happy, I'm glorious. But and because you know what, at the end of the day, that doesn't affect neither one of us. It's just like voting at the polls. That shit really don't, like, it don't sway me no type of way. Like, we could probably encourage each other, but
sure,
it
does.
It kind of does. That sways, but I mean,
but this poll don't have nothing to do with mine.
But this is like really like super personal, and I can't how can I judge someone else how they live their life? That you